I need to understand something.
You're not the only one. Are you done investigating?
I'm certain I've missed one or two clues. Maybe I still have enough evidence for my theory? But I'm getting hungry, so... Okay, I guess it's worth a shot.
Are you sure? You don't seem that confident.
Oh, I am. Mostly.
Very well. I'll gather everyone.
If you don't mind, Mr. Brock, this time I'll stay silent and listen carefully.
As you wish.
All right. We're all ears.
Okay. After studying this case very carefully, I have reason to believe that the person who murdered Dr. Hush is... Someone attempted to stage the crime scene to make us believe Dr. Mink was the culprit. Now we have to wonder, who had the means to perform this? Who can access all the rooms freely? You, rat guard.
What? You're suspicious of me?
I am.
Huh. Care to explain?
Of course. First, let's focus on how you staged the scene. Where does the tomato sauce come from?
The restroom.
Yep. At some point, someone entered the restroom and stole sauce from the ant burger to put it on Dr. Hush.
So it was you? You used the sauce from my burger. You're delusional! Should I remind you that you're the one here with tomato sauce on your tie?
Oh, so you're accusing me again?
Who else?
Calm down. Let me explain. Dr. Mink stayed in his room the whole time, except once. That's when he went to the restroom to watch his favorite show and eat his burger. It's easy to imagine how it happened. While he was in the restroom, the murderer killed Dr. Hush in his room, then carried him into Dr. Mink's room. And only one person could do this. You, Mr. Rat. I mean, guard.
This is ridiculous. When coming back to his room, Dr. Mink would have noticed the corpse.
Maybe not. There's one spot the body could have been hidden without getting noticed. Under the bed.
Huh?
And I have proof Dr. Hush's body was under there. That red stain under the bed.
No way!
Actually, it didn't even matter if Dr. Mink noticed the body or not. He would have been the main culprit anyway.
Ah, but you're forgetting something. Look at the location of the body. He's clearly not under the bed, is he? Or do you mean the dead one moved by himself?
No. There's a perfect explanation for this.
Pray tell.
Dr. Mink, you did notice the body before I arrived, didn't you? By then you had no idea if he was still alive. So you got him out of the bed. Then you panicked. That's when you started to listen to your music, in a way to alleviate the stress caused by this news, and think of the best way to announce it.
Well...
Doctor, I know it's hard for you to admit this, but you don't have to be afraid.
Okay, yes. That's what happened.
What the? You dirty liar.
Ah!
Man, you're only making your situation worse. Shall we?
Wait, I have proof I didn't do this. The monitoring. Check it out. According to this, I never opened your door today, Weasel.
Well, that's true.
Gotcha.
Except, this isn't valid evidence. I strongly believed you tampered with it.
Are you kidding me?
At 4:38, the record indicates you left the building without ever coming back, which obviously cannot be true.
I told you! I made a blunder. Had a call and left the entrance door open to get a better signal.
Huh?
Well, I'm not convinced. In order to cover your tracks, you deleted all compromising data. Accidentally, you left this particular entry, which...
No way! We can only remove all data at once!
It's your word against us.
Okay, very well. If I did tamper with the monitoring, as you say, then you can't prove Dr. Mink's whereabouts either. Maybe he staged everything, so we thought it'd be so obvious it couldn't be him.
Oh, come on. How convoluted would that be?
Don't know. How convoluted can you be?
Besides, Dr. Mink cannot enter Dr. Hush's room without permission. and you can.
Ah! You won't hear anything I say! Tidy!
Me?
You're a bot! You're supposed to tell the truth! If I had murdered Dr. Hush in his room, you would have been there. Tell him! Tell him I didn't murder the doctor!
Daddy?
Yeah.
Tidy, see.
What?
Tidy, see, ready. Murder Daddy.
The heck?
Told ya.
Even the tin can is against me?
I'm afraid Tidy cannot lie.
This is a nightmare. I had no motive for committing such an awful crime. I'm doing my job here. You can't explain that.
Well, I can.
No way.
At 4:45, Dr. Hush's tablet transferred some AI data to an unknown destination. Coincidentally, Dr. Hush's tracking stopped around the same time, which means the murderer must have performed this data send. Considering Dr. Mink was in the restroom at that time, it could only be you.
Absurd.
What do you think, Tidy? Did you see the guard use your daddy's tablet?
Yep.
What?
Ready, take Daddy's hand, then used tablet for Daddy. Daddy.
Wait. Tidy knew that all along. Why didn't you tell us?
Nobody asked.
This is your real job here. Your mission. You're giving away high technology to your friends.
My friends?
Dr. Hush caught you in the act, and that's why you had to get rid of him.
You're saying I did this for the moolah?
Exactly. You're a squealer. My experience is that you cannot be trusted.
That's it. I knew it would come down to this.
To be fair, I've always had suspicions about you. With time, I thought you weren't so bad after all. But it appears I should have trusted my first impression.
You dirty!
Come on. Admit it. You're selling technology to squealers.
Nonsense! The squealers don't have much use for new technology. They're living in crap.
Ah, see? You seem to know a lot about them after all.
Enough to despise them. This is all a joke. Do your job, detective. Tell us who the real culprit is.
That's exactly what I did.
Daddy.
Liars. You're all lying! Every single one of you! I'm the only honest one here! Do you have any idea what I've been through? Do you know how hard it is to get accepted in this society? No way am I going to jail!
You don't have a choice.
Oh yeah? Watch! What the?
Everyone, out. This is between me and him.
Everything is your fault, miserable crock!
Is he...
Nah, just knocked out. Gonna call Chief Wes. He'll take care of him.
I hope we did the right thing.
Of course we did. The murderer will get thrown into jail. What's wrong?
I can't pinpoint why, but some elements in this whole theory seem off.
Ah, you're still a rookie. That's why.
Must be. In any case, I'm glad we're able to solve this case. I never thought squealers were such bad people, but...
Yeah, you don't know until you've actually met them.
I wonder if Graf finished his trial.
That's right. Gonna get home. Hopefully he's back by now.
I'd love to follow you, but I should get prepared for mine.
Okay. See ya, buddy.
All ears.
Okay, after studying this case very carefully, I have reason to believe that the person who murdered Dr. Hush is... No one killed Dr. Hush.
Are you implying...
Yes, he killed himself, and I'm gonna prove how.
Could this be possible?
First, we need to find out. Why did Dr. Hush end up in this room? That's simple. He needed to get there, and here's why. Remember Tidy's recording?
I need to settle things with Dr. Mink.
Yeah, that one.
So, he wanted to talk to me, but he never did.
Yeah, why didn't he just knock at his door?
Exactly. There's a reason he didn't show up. He didn't want to talk. He wanted to kill you, Dr. Mink.
What?
Dr. Hush? A killer?
It may be hard to believe, but I've got proof. Dr. Mink, you told me yourself, Dr. Hush barely talked to you anymore. And when he did, you'd argue with him. These are signs of severe mental disorder. Dr. Hush was keeping things to himself to the point he couldn't bear it anymore.
Are you a psychologist now?
This is pure assumption. Where's your proof?
Simple. The lamp close to the body.
My lamp? What about it?
It's not yours.
What?
Dr. Hush entered your room with his lamp.
What for?
To throw it at you, Doctor.
Throw it? To kill me?
It's starting to make some sense. But he would have to be positioned in a convenient way. To see without being seen?
There's only one solution for Dr. Hush to end up where he is without entering from the door.
Oh, I know. The vent!
Precisely.
You mean he was up there? That's ridiculous!
Not at all. And I've got the appropriate piece of evidence to support this. Earlier, I made an interesting discovery about the red stains on Dr. Hush's body.
Yeah, tomato sauce.
Correct. Your fridge contained ant burgers, am I right?
Yes. I even ate one yesterday.
Well, Dr. Hush must have loved these too, because he spilled a lot on his clothes.
Did he? That seems a bit out of character.
Fortunately for us, this revealed another tomato sauce spot in an unusual place.
Let me guess. In the vent.
Bingo.
Okay, let's admit it. As far-fetched as this might sound, the doctor must have been in the vent at some point. But how did he climb there?
Yeah, it's 10 feet high. And unlike here, there's no ladder to access the trap.
Well, I've got my idea on this. Tidy, I believe you've been hiding something from us.
Hiding? Me? Me no hiding. Nothing.
I beg to differ. Did one of you notice the biscuit crumbs on Dr. Hush's workbench?
Is that important?
Yup, they've been crushed.
Dr. Hush climbed on his workbench to access the trap. Impossible. It's way too high, even by jumping.
He didn't jump. He just got a little help.
Why, Brocky? Look me?
Come on, Tidy. You can say it now. You helped the doctor climb.
Huh?
Remember Tidy's main ability. He can stretch his arms horizontally or...
Vertically.
Oh!
You brought up the doctor so he could reach the trap, didn't you?
Yup. Brocky, right.
But why didn't you tell us, can of steel?
Nobody asked.
And they call these intelligent beings.
Wait. So, Dr. Hush was angry at me. He took his lamp, asked Tidy to allow him into the vent in order to surprise me and throw the lamp to kill me. And that's how he came up dead?
Almost. We're just missing a little step here.
Yeah. If he lies there on the floor, the doctor must have fallen.
Can you imagine someone falling from that height? That'd make a huge bump. There's no way I wouldn't have heard it.
You're right. In normal circumstances, you should have heard it. But
But what? The music.
No way! You were listening to Tech Dream. I could hear it from where I stood.
while aiming at you, the doctor lost his balance and fell. Your loud music covered the impact. From this height, he probably broke his neck on the floor without showing any external damage. And That's the whole solution to this mystery.
I can't believe it. Yes, we didn't have such a good relationship, but it was more child's play to me. To think he tried to murder me.
Yeah, what was he thinking?
We may never find out. Anyway, my job here is done.
Okay, I'll call the body recycling service. I'm glad my watch is finally over.
Thank you, Detective.
Don't mention it. Come on, Aunt. Let's go. What's wrong?
I can't pinpoint why, but some elements in this whole theory seem off.
You're still a rookie. That's why.
Must be. In any case, I'm glad we're able to solve this case. That doctor got what he deserved for trying to kill his colleague.
Yeah. Sad, but true.
I wonder if Graf finished his trial.
That's right. Gonna get home. Hopefully he's back by now.
I'd love to follow you, but I should get prepared for mine.
Okay. See ya, buddy. Okay. After studying this case very carefully, I have reason to believe that the person who murdered Dr. Hush is... Despite the new clues I've found, I'm afraid you're still the main culprit, Dr. Mink.
What? How is this possible? I didn't do it! What about that fake blood?
Let me ask, who ate an ant burger yesterday?
I did, but it was already unfrozen!
So?
Someone must have used the sauce for faking this crime!
If you ask me, Mink must have fought with Dr. Hush while he was eating his burger. That's when blood, sauce, must have spilled everywhere in the room, including the doctor. And then, you took the closest object and smashed it on the poor doctor!
There would be a visible mark on his head!
Not necessarily. The damage could be internal.
What about you, Mr. Rat? If we fought, there would have been some screaming. You would have heard it!
I probably didn't pay attention. That wouldn't be your first argument.
Besides, you wouldn't let me in. You were trying to get rid of the corpse.
No! I never! Please! I'm begging you! I didn't do this!
That's what all criminals say. It's over, Dr. Mink. You're guilty. Time to face justice.
This can't be happening.
Guard, restore communications and inform Chief Wes. Ask him to come and pick the criminal up.
On my way!
So this is how it ends, huh? Very well. After all, I'll just be moving from one jail to another.
Do you mean...
Yes. My talk about how crucial it is to dedicate our life to our work is just a bunch of crap. I used to believe this, but now I'd want nothing more than a normal life. A kid, a partner, just simple moments to share with the ones you love. I'll never know that feeling.
It's not too late.
Yes, it is. You know as much as I do what our law reserves to anyone convicted of murder. Eventually, I'll be free. One way or another. I don't blame either of you. All of the evidence was against me. Just hear me out. I swear, to the god of science, the Untail, or whatever you believe in, I didn't do it.
A bunch of Tribot cops arrived to pick up Dr. Mink. When I exited the building, I had a terrible feeling. What Dr. Mink said, is it still possible to make a living while taking care of the ones close to us? After this event, I'd never stop asking myself, did I really make the right choice? If I could start over, I'd probably do things differently. But there's no changing the past.
All ears.
Okay, after studying this case very carefully, I have reason to believe that the person who murdered Dr. Hush is... Ott, you did this.
Very funny, Mr. Brock.
Do I look like I'm joking?
Your little colleague here? You sure?
What? You can't be serious. I arrived here with you. How could I?
You escaped my vigilance for a minute. More than enough time to enter this room and kill Dr. Hush.
That's nonsense! You're the one who opened that door!
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did!
No, I didn't.
Please, people, you've got to believe me.
I hate to say this, Detective, but I really don't see how he could be involved at all.
Am I making a mistake? Well, I'm the detective in charge here. I'm the one who decides.
What? That's abuse of your power! You don't even have a single piece of evidence against me! And what would be my motive?
Ott, I arrest you for the murder of Dr. Hush.
This can't be happening! I'll complain to Uncle Wes!
Do it if you please. That doesn't change the truth.
You are the worst detective I have ever seen!
Yeah. That's what all criminals say. I called Wes to inform him what happened. He wasn't so pleased to learn his nephew was responsible of this murder. Of course, he wouldn't believe me. Instead of putting Ott in jail, I'm the one who almost ended up there. I barely escaped him. Darn it. No way I'll spend the rest of the day in a cell again. That's what I get for doing my job. And when I came back home...
By the way, yesterday I got to work with your old man. We investigated a murder case together. It was so cool!
Wait, what?
Yeah, the police is seriously understaffed currently, so Uncle Wes decided to send us.
How did that go?
Your old man is totally insane. He accused me of this murder!
What?
Yeah, and for no valid reason. If it wasn't for Uncle Wes, I'd be sleeping in jail right now.
No way!
I'm sorry to say this, but I think he's got some screws loose.
After studying this case very carefully, I have reason to believe that the person who murdered Dr. Hush is... actually not a person. Tidy did this.
Me not person. Murder, Daddy.
I knew we shouldn't have trusted that tin can!
Really? But how? He didn't have any means or motive to do this.
That's where you're wrong, Dr. Mink. And I'm gonna prove how and why. Let's start with the actual cause of death. No, I'll prove you wrong. I have to.
Go ahead, please. Master of convoluted explanations. What crazy thought will BROK give this time?
This is the end of the tunnel. The final riddle. If I can't explain it, then my whole theory goes to bust. I can't let that wacky bag of metal win. What's the explanation for Dr. Hush's position in the room? No way. It can't be. Have we been mistaken this whole time?
Mr. BROK?
Hey! What are you doing, man?
Stop! Stop! BROK hurt! Daddy!
That's awful. I can't watch this.
Huh?
What's going on?
What the...
Dr. Hush? You're alive?
Daddy! Not dead, Daddy! Updating expression. Not dead, Daddy!
Are you all right?
More or less.
Tell me, what's the last thing you remember?
Wait, I think I saw Dr. Mink.
What?
I think I fell? Tried to move towards him, not feeling well.
Let the poor chap recover.
No, I'm sorry, but it's too important. When did you lose your consciousness? What were you doing?
I took my coffee. Tidy prepared it. When I drank it, my heart stopped.
Then...
The croc was right! It was Tidy all along!
Crap!
I still can't believe this low hardware maintenance bot could plan a scheme as elaborate as this.
Although flawed, fortunately for us.
But, Doctor, you were dead. Are you a zombie now?
No, I believe there's an explanation for this.
You do have an explanation to everything, don't you?
Can't wait to hear it.
The effect of the poison was to slow down the heart rate, ultimately causing death. However, the life in this bunker, lab, isn't a very physical one. As such, Dr. Hush was taking some medication to compensate. Excel 500, more precisely.
I see. This has the exact opposite effect, doesn't it?
Yes, it boosts the heart activity. This is what saved Dr. Hush. No one noticed he was still alive, not even the tracker. His heart pounding slowed and stayed under the threshold, putting him into an unconscious state. The shock from falling down the vent caused him to wake up for a few seconds and move towards Dr. Mink.
Which also explains that red stain near the bed.
There's another blunder you made, Tidy. You neglected this.
Tidy, did you really try to kill me? Why?
I hate you! I'm sick of tidying all day while you use me as a guinea pig! Tidy, clean the floor. Tidy, move this thing a little to the left. Tidy, make me coffee. I can't take any more!
Where did Tidy learn to talk like this?
The firmware. It worked! Why did you pretend to be the same dumb bot?
What?
This is the project I was working on. The government sent me some incomplete files from an unknown scientist working on the same field years ago. He never got to complete his work and disappeared suddenly, but I was able to recover this code. I needed a specific bot model to test that firmware. The only one at my disposal was Tidy, but I noticed some weird behaviors, like Tidy would suddenly laugh for no reason. The code itself seemed unethical and dangerous. There were some references to copying the human brain. I decided to stop this research and alert. Oh my gosh, that's why you did it. Now that you experience feelings, you don't want me to revert to your regular firmware, do you? I'm so sorry, little guy. I caused this. I messed you up.
You really shouldn't be sorry. You're the victim here.
I can fix you up. I promise.
No!
It's trying to escape! We can't let it happen. Who knows what disaster he could cause in this state?
Tidy.
Ott, stay here with Dr. Hush. I'll handle this.
Darn lasers!
I've set the emergency plan. He won't access the controls.
Rubbish guard! Let me out!
You won't go nowhere.
I've done nothing wrong! Daddy is alive!
Only by chance. And stop calling him Daddy. You're nothing more than a defective AI in a metal scrap. Now, let me switch you off. We'll fix you.
I never take orders from a petty human. I'm perfect. The only defective one in this room is you, human scum. I've got new orders from my new daddy. When I'm out, he'll take care of me.
What? Who?
It's quite funny, actually. You see? No, I promised. You'll have to figure it out by yourself. A shame. Really, because you never will.
Stop this nonsense. This is my last warning. Switch off, or else.
Save your breath. You'll never get me.
Well then, I'll make you switch off, one way or another.
Did you get it? For good?
I guess. Not.
Ah! I hate you, I hate you, I hate you!
It's going berserk!
You will regret this. Everyone in this city will be destroyed!
No way! It escaped! Hey, wait! That's mine! Okay, get that sucker and bring it back!
Come back here so I can smash you into pieces. Too bad I can't shoot with this thing. So no choice. I'll have to bump into that crazy bot. Let's see what this baby can do. Gotcha! Now for the hard part. How do I get back to the lab? Hey, Chief. I, got a little lost on my way back. Well, here's that criminal bot. What's left of it, anyway. There. You can have some scientists check its components and confirm...
You realize what you've done?
Yeah. I stopped a dangerous criminal at the risk of my life.
You put hundreds of citizens at risk during your little highway escape.
My escape?
People are in shock. There are news reports everywhere. You stole a hoverbike. You bumped into air cars. Innocents could have been killed. No chaos like this ever happened in the drums for ages.
Good. I gave those rich folks some events to talk about. So what?
You think that's funny?
What did you expect me to do? Sit back and wait for that bag of screws to wreck the city? There was no other way.
There's always another way. This robot wasn't much of a threat. You, on the contrary, our collaboration ends here.
What? You're firing me?
Consider yourself lucky I don't throw you back in jail.
Perfect. I'm out of here. Don't call me back. Because next time, I won't be here to save your bacon.
Mr. BROK!
Nephew, don't bother. This man only brings misery to everyone around you. Listen to me. I forbid you to get close to him ever again.
But...
No but. The situation will get dangerous soon.
what do you mean?
Come on now. I've got to bury some suspects for another case.
To bury?
Yes, to interrogate.
Oh, I see. You're using code names.
Yeah.
I'll be right behind you, Uncle.
I felt so angry, pointless, deep down. I knew Wes was right. This was just one little robot. It couldn't have done so much damage. Could it? Who knows? But that's when I noticed it. What the? All these calls and messages? Raph, he's in trouble. Shoot! I need to... I'm coming, son!